Hello, Knight here. Welcome back to Empire Total War, playing the Darthmod. This is episode 43, and I think we're up to turn 65. Just a very quick recap. In Americas, things are progressing towards the end campaign over here. We've just got to take Santa Fe from the Spanish. We've just taken Valletta from the Pueblo Nation, so we control Texas now. We've got this army here, this army here, and this army here to take out the remaining Spanish territory. Over in Europe, we've started our campaign now. We've got a couple of armies about to attack Madrid. I believe this is the only Spanish army left in the territory of Spain. We've got help from our allies, the Mughals. We've taken out the territory of Naples from the Spanish, and we're just besieging Malta at the moment. And we're preparing for a large battle against the Portuguese. Portuguese are the last big naval power that we'll need to face, I think. Right, I think we've got quite a lot of cash, so we're going to do some more upgrading in North America. Let's just whiz through quickly and do that, because this is the more boring side of the game, I think. Yeah, we'll go for that. I'm going to destroy that so we can upgrade it. I'm going to not build that because we're fairly close to the this army here, which could come and attack us. So we're not going to upgrade that at the moment. Once I've upgraded all of these units, we'll be upgrading the roads. And then we'll just have to wait for technological developments before we can upgrade them anymore. Most of these are waiting for additional steam engine or some other joint stock companies, I believe. So we get to a position where we've upgraded everything that we can. This is probably the most tedious part of the episode. We will be having a couple of battles at least in this episode, maybe more actually. Depends how things go. Right, okay, so that's all we're going to do. I think we're at the end turn actually, I believe. I don't think there's anything more I want to do. Now we've got 3 ships here. They'll be helping to take this army back to Great Britain. Yeah, I think we're going to end our turn. I'll just show you diplomatically what's going on. Austria are very friendly towards us. They've got a like of 140, 346 rather from the Mughals, 311 from the Ottoman, 144. So we need to do a bit of work with the Swedes and the Austrians to help them. The poor Austrians are about to go out of existence, so I'm thinking that I might give them Spain. I don't know yet. I'm going to see. And if we capture Portugal, I may give Portugal over to, and Naples over to the Ottomans, because I need to gain Egypt. That reminds me, our objectives, if I can speak properly, are specific ones. So we've hit our number of territories that we need, but we've now got to get Gibraltar, Hindustan, Egypt, Malta and Bijapur. Unfortunately, Bijapur and Hindustan are both owned by our staunch ally, the Mughals, so in the last phase of the game we'll actually be attacking the Mughals, because they won't be able to trade their own capital even if they wanted to, their own capital territory. But I'm quite hopeful we can get hold of Egypt. Malta we're about to capture, and we'll capture Gibraltar from Portuguese. Then basically my policy in Europe will be kind of not a neutrality, but really just not to expand too much. Try to help my allies out as much as possible, and then concentrate on building up forces to attack the Mughal Empire. Okay, prestige wise we haven't looked at that for a long time. Actually Russia's above us, which is surprising, but they are. So they're the main rival to us, I would say, on prestige. Okay, we're not fighting a prestige battle though. we're fighting for territories, and specific territories at that. Okay, so I'm going to end our turn, and then we'll see what the AI does. I'm just moving some rakes that have spawned in. I'll just speed things up actually. Right, shall we intercept? I think he's going to move into the fortress. If we don't intercept, he'll move into the fortress of Madrid. So I think we're going to intercept this guy. That means he's got to come towards us. If we win this, we basically have got Spain. We've still got to get Madrid, but they'll only have garrison militia to fight us. And he's actually going to have to come towards us. So we have the advantage of any terrain and defensive positions that we can take up. He's got some good troops there though. He's got some guards. At the moment we're only at war with the Spanish and the French at the moment, and the Maltese obviously, but they're about to go. I think they have one more turn, so they'll have to break out of their fortress and attack us. We outnumber them by at least 2 or 3 to 1. So I'm sure we'll win that battle. Okay, so we've got a town. So he's going to set up, you could set up anywhere in this L shape, the yellow L shape. We're in the town, but gosh, we're in a very good defensive position actually, because the town will break up his advance. We've got a nice big hill here for the artillery. We've only got a couple of artillery with this army. They will serve us well. So I can already see a very good position. That really is a commanding position for the artillery. Just get past these Hessian line infantry. I think we're going to set up here. I think there's a ridge as well. I don't believe he can even come up this way. So my artillery are in a very strong position. Yeah, that's a very good position for them. I'm just going to have a look, see what they can see. Got a few trees in the way of that particular gun. Let's have a look. We're going to move a little bit further in that direction. I like that bit better, but I think I don't need to put any infantry up with them to protect them, because we've got a situation where he's got to come up these ridges to attack us. So there's a gully here, which could be a nice killing zone. So I'm going to put the Rangers over here, I think. We're going to put them actually a bit further down. We don't want to be hit by the artillery. So we can get them into a long line actually. We don't have light infantry doctrine at the moment, so they're not really a lot of use. To be honest, they're hidden at the moment, so that'll give him a bit of a shock when he comes through the town. We'll have a look at these dragoons in a moment, because we haven't seen them yet. So I'll have a cavalry brigade over on this wing. Set fairly well back, so we can deal with if he comes on either side. I suspect he'll set up in the middle, to be honest. But remember, he's got to come towards me, so we're in no rush to attack him. And I think we've got a couple more regiments of horse, another brigade. We'll set them up on the other wing over here. Okay, just going to move them back a bit. The further he has to walk, the more tired he's going to be. Got some Highland troops and some Welsh grenadiers. I think I'm going to use them as a reserve. So we'll group them together. We'll turn fire by rank off. Yeah. The rest of the guys we're going to put in a straight line. You can see we've got a lot of very good troops here. I'm going to put them on guard mode. Yeah. Okay, we want to move forward, take up position on this ridge. It's a nice area to be, if we can get there. Let's see if we can stretch the line out. Come on. Let's try again. So the best we're going to be able to do there. The Irish Guards are there, and got the 33rd of Foot over here. We'll have a reserve unit, we'll have the Scots Guards behind them. We'll be getting the cavalry brigade to move down the flank into this wood, and just put the Hessian regiment over here. General behind here. Got the Delaware regiment from North America. These are all veterans of the Indian War against the French and the Spanish. Right, so we need to put these guys along here. Let's have a look at their fire. See what they can see. I'm not going to see a huge amount unless I move them more forwards. Let's move them to here. We haven't got them in 3 ranks quite. We've got them in 4, but that'll be fine. I'm going to move these are the reserves, the McAlpine Regiment. These are Highland troops, Highland Grenadiers. They're hiding at the moment. They are very bright red, aren't they? And these are the Grenadiers, Welsh Grenadiers. Okay, I think they're hiding as well. Actually, they're hidden. Okay, let's put them there. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Probably just need to move up this brigade cavalry a bit further up, and there's not really anything we can do with these sharpshooters at the moment. We might put them into skirmish mode actually, so they'll run back if they get charged. Okay, let's see. He's setting up dead in the centre. Got some guys coming on the flank. He's got pikemen there. It's not so good, is it? Right. Let's start shelling them. I've no particular target I'm after at the moment. So he's bringing his regiment of horse round, so we'll bring ours down into that woodland, although actually it means sacrificing the advantage of height if we do that. I'm going to move them back up onto the hill. He can come up this flank, but these guys can always form a square. The cavalry attacking us. Over here, it looks as if he's going to try and flank us, to be honest. They've got a long walk towards us. They're going to suffer a lot of damage before they get anywhere near us. So he's got 36, 90 odd. Yeah, his units are very, very depleted. Okay, we're going to move our cavalry out to the flank a bit more. Let's have a check and see where his cavalry have got to. And they're still quite a long way off. They stopped, they're idle at the moment, so let's just shell them a bit. He really has no chance, to be honest, this guy. He just doesn't realise it. Really want to spread these guys out a bit more. That's better. Okay, I just need to sit it out with him. Wait for him to manoeuvre his troops. He's moving some troops over towards this flank. Pikemen are moving a long way around. See if we can wake these guys up if we give them a few rounds of artillery. Excuse me. Okay, so he's got this regiment. It's quite depleted. They're both that's actually a full regiment. No, it's not. That's depleted by quite a lot. There you go. That's just taken out a few of them. Let's see if that will wake him up. Well, that was a good barrage. Okay, something over on this flank. We've got a very strong defensive position here. Turn them off fire. And I think they're okay. I think they're not in the field of fire. Let's have a look. He's still moving his pikemen round. Excuse me. I'm going to continue shelling this body of horsemen. That's his general, I think, moving round, isn't it? It would be quite nice to destroy his general if we could. He's moving a bit too fast at the moment. He's moved his infantry over. 3 quite depleted regiments. What I'm going to do, move the Highland Grenadiers over to this flank. We'll just walk them, we've got plenty of time. I'm just going to reinforce this flank. You've got some quite strong units moving up, although they're quite depleted units. They're quite veteran elite units. Is he retreating again? I think he's going back. Doing a good job shelling the guys. Okay. It's all going well. If he just sits there, we're just going to shell him for as long as possible. Coming towards me now, and he's gone back the other direction now. I think it's going to be one of these battles where he just can't decide if he wants to attack me or not. I'm in such a strong position, so I might have to become aggressive and attack them myself. Let's move up the sharpshooters, see if we can move them so that they can get a field of fire. I hate fighting in towns, it's awful, isn't it? Just cannot get decent deployment. That's not too bad. Okay, well, we'll just keep shelling the guy. He's moved his bodyguard round. Hopefully they'll be getting a volley from my lads soon. Mainly grenadiers actually in this army. Grenadier guards. And this is quite an elite army. They haven't got a lot of experience at the moment, these guys. But they've fought in the Indian campaign against the Cherokee, I believe. There we go, having a mad dash, a cavalry dash towards us, I think. Has he decided not to attack on this flank? I think he's decided not to attack this redoubt up here. He's basically moving back. Let's target this regiment of foot. It seems to be advancing towards us. Or actually, that's quite a nice big target, those pikemen. They're not a fantastic group of men, but they're nice and big, so we'll maybe target the artillery on them. It's just out of range, I believe. Oof, just. In that case, we might move forward a little bit. Got a very good field of fire, these units. They're just on the brow of this hill when I set them up, so they've got very good field, as I say. Okay. So he has definitely decided to move back on this flank. Still shelling him. Let's give these guys a surprise. Let's run. We'll just quickly get a volley off. Kind of moving off the edge of the hill here, but let's see what we can do. You don't get fire by rank with when you're firing on cavalry. I don't know if any of you noticed that. before, but you only get it when you're firing on infantry units for some reason. I don't know why, but we're just killing these guys basically. They're just sitting there. I'm going to encourage the Walloon Guards to come a bit more forwards. Just going to move these guys back. I'm going to run back in position. That might have been enough just to encourage them to come forwards. This is suffering a lot of damage now, these guys. We're going to move the cavalry round, move this group of infantry round. We'll be giving them fire by rank now for certain. Wow, that was good. Pikemen. So we're going to... it's not a good idea to attack pikemen. It's fine if you attack them in the rear. We'll be doing that to these guys. I'm going to move this unit forwards actually. I'm going to run them. I'm going to run these into the back of these guys. I'm going to fight the Walloon Guards with our cavalry, but we'll be doing it... how are we doing here? Winning slightly. I believe they're going to stand for very long, to be honest, these troops. It's moving up now on this flank, sort of a bit. We need to move the... oh no, we don't. I thought I was going to say we need to move the sharpshooters back, but I don't think you can move up that hill. Let's keep an eye on that side of the battle. Right, this guy should go shortly. We will charge into the Walloons. No, we won't. No, we won't. We're going to move back the cavalry. We're going to move this guy forwards. And these grenadiers, form them up again. Giving them volley fire. Let's move the cavalry out. Don't want them stuck in a firefight. Okay, the Walloon Guards are going, I think. How are we doing up here? Did the cavalry make an impact at all? Or did they retreat? I think they're just getting shot to death by these Hawkeye sharpshooters at the moment. We've actually got these on skirmish mode, so in theory, although they're not running away, they should. It looks as if they're running towards the unit, but we're going to run them back through. Retreat them. Let's bring up those Highland units over this flank. They're rather close to my artillery, so I don't want them to... and then these guys will form square. These will retreat through them. It's rather slow forming square, but they will do eventually. Move them there, take them off fire by rank, and we'll counter-charge his cavalry. Let's have a look and see what's going over here. We should have won this battle on this flank by now. Let's move the cavalry up. Need to move these guys back, they're suffering rather heavy losses. We've still got 2 units here. We're going to retarget the artillery onto these. And we're actually going to move back, force him to... we're going to move the cavalry back over here, take up position. With them out of range, let's have a look and see what's going on over here. He's getting shot to death there. Okay, the cavalry's gone. So we need to halt our sharpshooters who seem to want to chase after them. Got a cavalry inside the square there, which is unusual. Going to charge these halberdier guards. We're going to melee these guys. They must be tired. I was going to say that they've been walking for ages. We'll take them off fire by rank. Let's have a look. Let's look and see what's going on over here. These Welsh Grenadiers we're going to put in reserve. And we're going to charge these guys. So he's got the General's Bodyguard. We're just going to give them one charge and then come back. I think we're using our own artillery against those men. We'll have to move back as quickly. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm going to use the cavalry on this guy. Let's see how things are going over this flank. He's advancing up the hill just here. Let's retarget the artillery onto him. That's a perfect shot actually, if we can get some shots on this guy. Let's withdraw the cavalry. They're suffering a bit. We're going to bring the other regiment of foot in to fight these guys, and also these grenadiers we're going to bring in. So we'll have three units to melee them. We'll bring the Brunswick dragoons down here in case he runs away. We don't want him to escape. We'll charge in. So he's got cavalry and infantry attacking him. Let's have a look and see what's happening over here. Yeah, the cavalry are doing a good job here. Take out that unit. We'll take out that unit. I think his general's running as well. Let's have a look. That's his general rather. He's got one unit left in the general. Let's retarget the artillery onto that units that were set up laterally towards my line, because we can really do a lot of damage there. The artillery can target them. Wow, see that? that was like about 10 men. Wow, yeah, they won't be standing long, those guys. We'll have the dragoons down here, Scottish borderers down here. These three we'll take them out of Scots Guards, Huntingdon. We'll take them out of melee. I'm going to move them back actually. The Scottish borderers down, because these guys will be running very shortly. In fact, they're both running. Right. Let's turn off the artillery and charge the cavalry in. The Scottish borderers onto the Spanish infantry, and the Irish regiment will go. I think that's basically the battle. I think that's it. Oh, we've still got a unit over here. They must have. Let's charge in. Let's do things a bit dirty now, a bit lazily. We should really wait and bring the infantry up. But I want to finish things quickly because I'm lazy. Can't fire on both of my units at the same time. Let's charge in. There they go. Then you get a second charge from the Nottingham regiment, and there's only 50 of them left. Right. We're going to continue the battle because we want to try and destroy the Spanish, what's left of them. 6 of those guys left. Let's concentrate the guys running through the... It's very difficult actually to find pathways through these buildings. Okay. Things are going well. Don't think this unit's going to be able to catch those 44 Walloon Guards. That would be nice if we could. We'll speed things up. Okay. Well, I lost quite a few troops actually. Some of the units were quite depleted. Welsh Guards took a lot of hits, so did the Delaware Regiment. But we've got a victory, which is the main thing. It should mean we're set up to attack Madrid with the other army that we've got in this area. Yeah, he's gone. There's got one guy left. 3 guys left rather. Yeah, we were lucky with the terrain. Did very well. That's probably the the end of the Spanish power in Spain, to be honest. I think all he's got left is the garrison. So we'll actually try and see if they'll surrender. We'll see what happens. They may not. We'll have to see. If not, we'll attack them straight away, I think. Because it will probably siege for about 6 or 7 goes. We don't want to bring in troops over. I may leave it one turn to just reorganise my army into a siege army. By that I mean just get rid of the cavalry, mainly have infantry and artillery for the siege army. That's the best way to attack a fortified town. Cavalry are not a lot of use, to be honest, unless the defender is coming out of the fortifications. So we'll basically besiege the guy. Yeah, they want to... No, we can't do that. Sorry, refusing the offer. That's one of our objectives. Right, so they're coming out, so we'll fight this battle as well. Again, he's got some artillery, but we'll be setting up so far back that his mortars won't have any effect. It will just be these 12-pounder artillery, same range of ours, 800. So we'll be in a firefight with them. He's mainly got some garrison line infantry, but the rest are fairly low-grade troops. It actually puts the balance in their favour, which is odd, but we'll fight this battle as well. Hopefully we can take Malta. That's one of our objective territories. Things are moving on apace. We need to conquer Gibraltar. That's going to be a more difficult one. And with Egypt, it's just really a question of how much do we have to offer the Turks before they'll give it to us. To be honest, I'm not prepared to attack them. Not prepared to attack an ally at this stage of the game. I would do that against the Mughals later on, because we'll have no choice, being that it's their capital. We'll have to attack them, unless something strange happens and there's a revolt, or it splits into a republic and it doesn't actually want to ally with me anymore, or something strange happens. Right, okay, so he's coming out. Let's have a look. We want to set back far enough away from his mortars to not have an effect. Oh, this looks interesting over here. Bit of a rise in the ground. I like that. That seems like a nice place to put my artillery, which we have quite a lot this time. So we're going to put the artillery up on this hill. I always start with the artillery first. Yeah, probably just where this road is, that's where the brow of the hill is. So we're going to set them up here. Maybe need to move them slightly this way. They're actually hidden, I think, most of this artillery. Okay, he's coming out, so we'll have a cavalry brigade, 2 regiments, 1 on each flank. Over here, 1 brigade there, and I don't think I'll do anything clever and hide cavalry, can I? Let's have a look. Another brigade over here, but I don't think they're going to be able to hide. No, we're going to put them up here on the hill. We can. Wow, 300 heavy horse we've got there. To move them so that they're closer. That's better. Okay, and the infantry. Actually, we even get fortifications this time, don't we? It's got some cavalry, so I'm going to use the fences, and we're going to set up basically across this corner of the battlefield. I don't think we need to worry about having reserves this time, because he'll have to attack us, and we're in a position where we're going to basically we'll use these rangers as a reserve, I think. Take them off fire. They can have some fences as well. Just to make sure my artillery are not going to fire on my men, which looks as if they might do. This group. Let's have a look. I think that they're going to take the heads off my guys if we do that. We're going to need to move forwards, I believe. Okay, we'll move the whole line forwards. We can afford to, I think. I don't think that we're going to need to worry about his mortars. I think that'll be out of range. If not, we can always move back if it comes to it. Okay, where's my general? Let's move my general back, so he's definitely out of range. I'm going to change my mind about the cavalry. We've got enough time to move round, so we're going to put them in the centre. If I can get them to deploy. Yeah, we're going to put them in the centre, and then we can always move units around as we need them. Tender deployment. See what he's up to. We've got masses of artillery here. We just start shelling them. See if we can start shelling over here. Yeah, I'm not particularly keen on these battles, siege battles. There's got a few units coming around here, walking towards us. I'm going to speed things up because, again, it's a bit tedious to wait for him to move to attack us. He's moving his cavalry out. Our lads are just waiting for them to come that long distance before they... We should be firing on him by now. Why are we not firing? See if we can get some rounds in towards him. We can certainly find these guys. Let's bring his cavalry out as well. They'll be moving too fast for us to get decent hits on them, so we'll aim for the militia. They're a nice big target. Let's move the cavalry up. Move these heavy cavalry up. Might seem a bit odd actually. We've got East India Company troops here, and they're veterans from the India campaign. I'm just going to take the speed off a bit so you get control of what's going on. These cavalry are moving around quite fast. I'm going to have cavalry there to counter-charge if necessary. We'll keep them as a reserve. Seem to be moving out onto this side of things, so we're going to move the infantry forward slightly so they're not out of the battle. Only slowly, we're not in any rush. And we'll be taking these guys out of fire at will. We'll bring the cavalry round to here, one unit of cavalry, just in case we get someone attacking on one flank. How are we doing now? Those these mortar guys running towards me to commit suicide. He obviously has decided I'm not going to be in range. The Hessian guys can take them out. Yeah. His cavalry stopped. Out of range. Move the guards' cavalry up. Yeah, there we go. Well, I suppose they're using up my ammo. Reloading now. Both running away. Let's retarget my artillery. So I just want these guys to overlap. I'm going to move cavalry forward a bit more. Just move the infantry round. Oh, he has got some cavalry coming around this way, so we're gonna halt that deployment actually. We're going to move the cavalry back. We're going to move the Bengal guys back, and we're just gonna move these guys back as well. There'll be a reserve. Turn them back onto fire. Yeah, let's see what's happening over here. I've got the cavalry coming in now. So they seem to have just stopped basically. Haven't charged me and done one thing or the other. Missed. It's a bit weird. Okay, so we've got plenty of volleys going in. You're engaging in a firefight. Let's get the artillery down onto them. Going to move the guards cavalry forwards. Going to try and get round behind them basically and attack them. He did have some artillery, didn't he? But yeah, they're not standing for very long, are they? He's got some more units coming around this way, but they're mainly armed citizenry, pikemen, militia. They're not good units. Not good quality, I mean. Okay. Let's get these guards through these lot. So we can move up on the flank. Same thing with this regiment of horse. Move up. And we shall charge in the back of these militia before these other guys can come up, if we're lucky. Let's get in there quick. And we'll literally move along the line. We'll just charge as we go. These 3 units. They've had enough. They're shattered. They're not coming back. Their confidence are shot. And let's destroy their confidence. That militia unit. Alright. We'll move on to the next. Charge into the next unit before we get. Of course, whilst we're meleeing them, they can't actually do anything. They're being shot from the front. We need to keep this going. They're only broken, those guys, so we want to... They're steady, so that's no good to us. We need to... Cavalry are really good against units that are in poor morale state. These are shaken, so again we really need to get the cavalry out. Come on lads, get out. Come out, because I don't really want to lose any of these cavalry units. So they've been quite high. They're confident now, you see, those guys. We want to chase after them. The New York Regiment, we need to move them up. Put them into fire at will. Got a second battle that's going to occur now by looks of it over here, so we're going to retarget the artillery on these units moving in. And the pikemen, are nice and slow. Gosh, we just don't seem to be able to extract these cavalry. Let's send them on their way. Let's get them out of the way. They seem to be unwilling to move out from attacking these guys. They're being shot to pieces now, you see. Let's move over. Come on, quick you can, lads. Take up position on the flank. Yeah, we're doing very well. Quite happy with how things are going. We've got a reserve unit we're going to bring over. Bring the cavalry round. Because we can. Militia and the armed citizenry can't form squares, so we're just going to crash into the back of those if we can. I'm going to bring some more cavalry round. And we'll be charging these cavalry in. Just to keep these guys not just broken, but we want to shatter them. We're moving our infantry up. Okay, things are going okay. Let's retarget the artillery onto these militia who are standing. We need to destroy their morale. Is he firing on my... He's trying to fire on my cavalry, I believe. So we're going to move back as quick as we can. Run. Or you get a volley from these guys. Okay, things are going okay. We haven't lost too many men. They're still broken. They're broken, so we'll keep the guys going after these ones. Where's the other cavalry? There's other units of cavalry. Right, let's bring them up. And we're going to advance a bit more actually. I've been quite passive in this battle. We're going to move forwards. And these 2 units, we're going to open the gate and swing round onto that unit. These 2 units we're going to move forwards to attack. Let's Still got some more cavalry here. Got some heavy guards, we're going to move them up to back up the advance in the centre. He's still got quite a few troops left in numbers. They're not very good quality, but in numbers he has quite a few. General's bodyguard. It would be nice to get the general's bodyguard. Let's take the general's bodyguard out. How are you doing? Winning slightly. What we're going to do is take them out of that battle and attack the general's bodyguard from both sides. He's gone now. Let's try and get some artillery onto this guy because he's standing there and he's steady. I'll get artillery will have a bad effect on his morale. Let's move the guards up. Those other guards unit. It's 300 there. Let's move them forwards. Let's move these guys forwards. Yeah, we've killed his general now, so we're going to pull out. Move forwards with the infantry. Broken, but we're going to move the cavalry out to the wing here. We can get away before he's I think he's forming a square actually, which is good. These guys should run forward so they can get a few volleys at him whilst he's in square. That'll wake him up. We'll keep the cavalry around actually, because sometimes that's enough to keep him in a square. The AI makes a decision to put him into a square, but they can't actually do anything. Cavalry forwards whilst the infantry take up position. Cavalry will destroy their deployment whilst we... Right, he's gone. He's shattered. He's broken. Shattered. Cavalry will go straight through this unit. Still got some guys left. There's artillery left. Let's get the guards to go right through. Keep moving these guys forwards. They're okay, we'll just move them forwards quickly so they can get a few volleys off. We'll form up behind him, then we can crash into the back of them once they've had a couple of volleys. Oh, he's come out of square now, so let's rush these guys. Let's move the cavalry forwards again. Saying that, we don't really need to do it. He's at the end of his general unit. Let's destroy them. Alright, let's give him a couple of volleys if we can. Okay, let's move the cavalry back into these guys. We'll charge through the armed citizenry into... Oops, got hold of the wrong unit. Let's just move that there. Let's get hold of the cavalry, where are they? Oh, he's gone anyway. See, it's armed citizenry against guards heavy cavalry, so I don't think that they're going to do too well. We've still got some artillery in there, so we're going to bring up a unit to take the fortress. I think it's still got a few more. We've got some provincial cavalry there, we'll just go and shoot them from the battlements. Not hitting our own men here, are we? Let's just take up position on the battlements as quick as possible. I'm going to speed things up a bit. These will climb up here. And we'll send these up here, Queen Amelia's units, and also the New York Regiment can take part in the battle. Armed citizenry are being chased down by this Guards heavy cavalry, so I wouldn't fancy that as a battle. We're going to turn off the artillery before we damage ourselves. Yeah, I mean they're running, but I don't think they're going to come out. Oh, we'll end the battle. I think that's the end of his ability to resist anyway. So we'll have more to this turn. Right, so how did we do? Wow, the cavalry have done fantastic. Look at the amount of experience that he's gained there. 3 chevrons from 1, 3 from 2. Is that 3? 3 from 2 again. So we're getting quite a lot of experience on this army, cavalry in particular. Yeah, that's excellent. 539 they killed, and they lost 17. That is very good. We lost 387, they lost 3,663. Can't say further than that, can you? I think that's his last go as being besieged. Right, okay, election results, that's good, that's the government we wanted to get in. These are the lads that have been in for quite a few elections now, that's good, excellent. Loads of cash coming in. I think we're up around 55 minutes. I think I might just quickly do a bit of housekeeping and then we'll call an end to the episode. This army here needs to be replenished because it will be going to Spain fairly shortly. We're going to replenish the port. We're not going to recruit any more ships actually, because I'm quite hopeful that we're going to get most of the Portuguese fleets that are around the countryside, around the various bays and around the various oceans. We're going to be attacking here next, so we'll besiege them. Let's see if we can get them to surrender. No, it's their capital, so I didn't think they would. So we'll continue with the siege. We'll move the troops around a bit so we've got more of an infantry based army that's good at melee. So we may replenish the army for a turn or so, but he's got 5 turns. We won't leave it that long, we will be attacking him. Okay, so the Spanish are in real trouble now. I think they've only got they've only got Sardinia, Lombardy, Spain and Santa Fe left, and obviously we'll be taking out Santa Fe very soon. We're still replenishing here, aren't we? I think, yeah, so we've still got to replenish a bit more, but this army will be moving over now, this infantry army with the artillery. We're moving forwards up to here. Unit recruited, where's that? 4th rate, okay, yeah, that's in the Irish Sea. Fleet arrives. These are the fleets that are gradually gonna, this is the other army that can come over and attack in Spain. Fleet arrived, General Cresswell. Oh yes, so this is one of the first group of ships that are going to attack these Spanish, Portuguese ships. Right, okay, well I'm going to end the episode there. I hope you've enjoyed it. I say plenty of battles. There'll be lots more battles now, I should think, and we're looking forward to the episode where we just fight the Portuguese fleets around the globe. There's almost one in every trade theatre, I think, and there's a couple in Europe as well that we're going to have to take out. So that'll probably be 1 or 2 episodes of naval battles. So I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to keep up with what's going on. And I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Keep well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.